Section 1. Introduction. 1.1. About FIRST. FIRST, for inspiration and recognition of science and technology, was founded by inventor Dean Kamen to inspire young people's interest in science and technology. As a robotics community that prepares young people for the future, FIRST is the world's leading youth-serving nonprofit advancing STEM education. For 30 years, FIRST has combined the rigor of STEM learning with the fun and excitement of traditional sports and the inspiration that comes from community through programs that have a proven impact on learning, interest, and skill building inside and outside of the classroom. FIRST provides programs that span a variety of age groups. FIRST Robotics Competition for grades 9 through 12, FIRST Tech Challenge for grades 7 through 12, FIRST LEGO League for pre-K through 8th grade, FIRST LEGO League Challenge for 4 through 8, LEGO Explore for grades 2 through 4, and League Discover for grades pre-K through 1. Please visit the FIRST website for more information about FIRST and its programs. Purpose. FIRST exists to prepare the young people of today for the world of tomorrow. Vision. To transform our culture by creating a world where science and technology are celebrated and where young people dream of becoming science and technology leaders. Mission. The mission of FIRST is to provide life-changing robotics programs that give young people the skills, confidence, and resilience to build a better world. 1.2. In Memoriam. In October 2019, Dr. Woody Flowers, an innovator in design and engineering education and a distinguished advisor to FIRST and supporter of our mission, passed away. As thousands of heartfelt tributes to Woody have poured in from around the world, it is clear his legacy will live on indefinitely through the gracious nature of our community and our ongoing commitment to empowering educators and building global citizens. 1.3. FIRST Robotics Competition. FIRST Robotics Competition combines the excitement of sport with the rigors of science and technology. Teams of students are challenged to design, build, and program industrial-sized robots and compete for awards, while they also create a team identity, raise funds, hone teamwork skills, and advance respect and appreciation for STEM within the local community. Volunteer professional mentors lend their time and talents to guide each team. It's as close to real-world engineering as a student can get. Plus, high school students gain access to exclusive scholarship opportunities from colleges, universities, and technical programs. Each January, at an event known as Kickoff, a new challenging game is introduced. These exciting competitions combine the practical application of science and technology with the fun, intense energy, and excitement of a championship-style sporting event. Teams are encouraged to display gracious professionalism, help other teams, and cooperate while competing. This is known as cooperation. In 2026, FIRST Robotics Competition is projected to reach approximately 90,000 high school students, representing more than 3,700 teams. Teams represent more than 30 countries and come from nearly every state in the United States. FIRST Robotics Competition teams will participate in 56 regional competitions, 125 district competitions, and 15 district championships. In addition, approximately 600 teams will qualify to attend the FIRST Championship in April 2026. This year's game and this manual were presented at the 2026 FIRST Robotics Competition Kickoff on Saturday, January 10th, 2026. At the kickoff, all teams saw the 2026 game rebuilt presented by Haas for the first time, learned about the 2026 game rules and regulations, and received a set of game-specific materials. 1.4. FIRST Ethos and Core Values. 1.4.1. Core Values. The FIRST core values are fundamental to FIRST and unique to its programs. They emphasize friendly sportsmanship, respect for the contributions of others, teamwork, learning, and community involvement, and are part of our commitment to fostering, cultivating, and preserving a community of unity, a culture of unity. Our community expresses the FIRST philosophies of gracious professionalism and cooperation through the FIRST core values. Discovery. We explore new skills and ideas. Innovation. We use creativity and persistence to solve problems. Impact. We apply what we learn to improve our world. Inclusion. We respect each other and embrace our differences. Teamwork. We are stronger when we work together. Fun. We enjoy and celebrate what we do. 1.4.2 Gracious Professionalism, a FIRST Credo. Gracious professionalism is part of the ethos of FIRST. It's a way of doing things that encourages high-quality work, emphasizes the value of others, and respects individuals and the community. Gracious professionalism is not clearly defined for a reason. It is an aspirational idea to always strive towards, not a goal to be achieved or a method of measuring someone. And for this reason, you can never say someone is or is not being graciously professional. We should each work to better embody gracious professionalism in all our actions. How we pursue this can and should mean different things to everyone. Some possible meanings of gracious professionalism include: gracious attitudes and behaviors are win-win. Gracious folks respect others and let that respect show in their actions. Professionals possess special knowledge and are trusted by society to use that knowledge responsibly, and gracious professionals make a valued contribution in a manner pleasing to others and to themselves. In the context of FIRST, this means that all teams and participants should learn to be strong competitors, but also treat one another with respect and kindness in the process, and avoid leaving anyone feeling as if they are excluded or unappreciated. Knowledge, pride, and empathy should be comfortably and genuinely blended. In the end, gracious professionalism is part of pursuing a meaningful life. When professionals use knowledge in a gracious manner and individuals act with integrity and sensitivity, everyone wins and society benefits. The FIRST spirit encourages doing high-quality work, well-informed work in a manner that leaves everyone feeling valued. Gracious professionalism seems to be a good descriptor for part of the ethos of FIRST. It is part of what makes FIRST different and wonderful. Dr. Woody Flowers, 1943 to 2019. It is a good idea to spend time going over this concept with your team and reinforcing it regularly. We recommend providing your team with real-life examples of gracious professionalism in practice, such as when a team loans valuable materials or expertise to another team that they will later face as an opponent in competition. Routinely highlight opportunities to display gracious professionalism at events and encourage team members to suggest ways in which they can demonstrate this quality themselves and through outreach activities. 1.4.3 Cooperation. At FIRST, cooperation is displaying unqualified kindness and respect in the face of fierce competition. Cooperation is founded on the concept and philosophy that teams can and should help and cooperate with one another as they compete. Cooperation involves learning from teammates and mentors. Cooperation means competing but assisting and enabling others when you can. Message from Woody Flowers Award recipients. The Woody Flowers Award is the most prestigious mentoring award in FIRST. The award recipients created an important message for all FIRST robotics competition teams to consider as we tackle each season. Performing at your best is important. Winning is important. This is a competition. However, winning with gracious professionalism and being proud of what you have accomplished and how you have accomplished it is more important. FIRST could create rules and penalties to cover almost any scenario or situation, but we prefer an understandable game with simpler rules that allow us to think and be creative in our designs. We want to know that our partners and our opponents are playing at their best in every match. We want to know they are playing with integrity and not using strategies based on questionable behaviors. As you create your robots and award presentations, prepare for competition and match play. Create and implement game strategies and live your daily lives. Remember what Woody said time and time again, and let's make your grandmother proud. 1.5 Spirit of Volunteering. Message from the Global Volunteers. Welcome. We are excited for you to discover this season. We're even more excited to see what you and your team can achieve this season at the almost 200 events worldwide this season. FIRST is made possible by our volunteers. Volunteers are the driving force behind the delivery of all FIRST programs, including the FIRST Robotics Competition. Each year, it takes thousands of volunteers donating their time, energy, and enthusiasm to ensure that every FIRST Robotics Competition team has the opportunity to achieve its goals. FIRST volunteers come from a diverse set of backgrounds and are united by the same goal, to provide the best possible FIRST experience for all participating teams. We encourage everyone in the FIRST community to join in the fun and excitement of events by participating as a volunteer. Why volunteer? Witness capable students learning and growing. Forge meaningful friendships with other awesome volunteers. Be part of the magic that brings events to life. Share the wonders of FIRST with those who are yet to discover it. Bring invaluable event experience back to your team. Learn and grow beyond your usual circles. FIRST alumni and graduating students. You've experienced firsthand the impact of FIRST in your life, the opportunities it has provided, and the excitement of participating. Your FIRST experience does not have to end after you graduate. Being a volunteer or mentor gives you the opportunity to continue learning, growing, building a community, and having fun at FIRST events. Your experience as a student in a FIRST program is invaluable to helping ensure future students have an amazing experience. There are volunteer roles for every skill level, background, and level of commitment. Everyone is welcome. Learn more and sign up as a FIRST volunteer on the FIRST website. FIRST is about you. Volunteers eagerly donate their time and efforts to make it possible for you to participate and have fun. We strive to demonstrate the FIRST philosophies of gracious professionalism and cooperation in every interaction. In return, we ask the same of you. If for any reason you feel like our volunteers could have done a better job, we want to know about it. Talk to a mentor, trusted adult, other event volunteer or staff member, or report it to FIRST via customer service at firstinspires.org. Join us for the 2026 season and be a part of the incredible journey that is FIRST Robotics Competition. Your involvement is key to our collective success. We look forward to welcoming you. With gratitude and excitement for what lies ahead, your 2026 Global Volunteers, Global Field Supervisors Isla Delott and Brian Herbst, FIRST Global Technical Advisors, FTAs, James Serrar and Mark McLeod, Global Head Referees, Aidan Brown and John Zawislak, Global Judge Advisors, Cindy Strong and Alan Bancroft, Global Lead Robot Inspectors, Chuck Dickerson and Elida Mendez McCracken, Global Lead Scorekeepers, Alex Harride and Andrea Ducky Tribo, Global Volunteer Coordinators, Lori Shimizu and Sarah Plemons. 1.6. This document and its conventions. The 2026 Game Manual is a resource for all FIRST Robotics Competition teams for information specific to the 2026 season and the rebuilt game. Its audience will find the following detail: a general overview of the rebuilt game, detail about the rebuilt playing field, a description of how to play the rebuilt game, rules related to safety, conduct, gameplay, inspection, event, etc., and a description of how teams advance at 2026 tournaments and throughout the season. The intent of this manual is that the text means exactly and only what it says. Please avoid interpreting the text based on assumptions about intent, implementation of past rules, or how a situation might be in real life. There are no hidden requirements or restrictions. If you've read everything, you know everything. Specific methods are used throughout this manual to highlight warnings, cautions, keywords, and phrases. These conventions are used to alert the reader to important information and are intended to help teams in constructing a robot that complies with the rules in a safe manner. Links to other section headings in this manual, external articles, and rule references appear in blue underlined text. Keywords that have a particular meaning within the context of the FIRST Robotics Competition and rebuilt are defined in the glossary and indicated in all caps throughout this document. The rule numbering method indicates the section, subsection, and position of the rule within that subsection. The letter indicates the section in which the rule is posted. Q for 6.7.1 question box, G for game rules, R for robot construction rules, I for inspection and eligibility, T for tournaments, C for FIRST championship tournament, E for event rules. The following digits represent the subsection in which the rule can be found. The final digit indicates the rule's position within that subsection. For example, R710 would be in the Robot Construction Rules section, Section 8. This rule is in subsection 7, Control, Command, and Signal Systems, and it's the 10th rule in this subsection. Blue box. Warning, cautions, and notes appear in blue boxes. Pay close attention to their content as they are intended to provide insight into the reasoning behind a rule, helpful information on understanding or interpreting a rule, and are possible best practices for use when implementing systems affected by a rule. While blue boxes are part of the manual, they do not carry the weight of the actual rule. If there is an inadvertent conflict between a rule and its blue box, the rule supersedes the language in the blue box. Imperial dimensions are followed by comparable metric dimensions in parentheses to provide metric users with the approximate size, mass, etc. Decimal values are rounded in order to limit the number of decimal places shown and the number of significant figures. Metric conversions in rules round such that the metric dimension is compliant with the rule, i.e. maximums round down, minimums round up. The metric conversions are offered for convenient reference only and do not overrule or take the place of the imperial dimensions presented in this manual and the official drawings, i.e., dimensions rules will always defer to measurements using imperial units. Rules include colloquial language, also called headlines, in an effort to convey an abbreviated version of the rule or rule set. There are two versions of headline formatting. Evergreen rules, or rules which are expected to go relatively unchanged from season to season, are indicated with the leading asterisks, and their rule number and headline are presented in bold green text. Relatively unchanged means that the overall intent and presence of the rule from season to season is constant, but game-specific terms may be updated as needed, e.g., changing power cell to fuel in a rule about what coaches may not contact during a match. These rules also start their respective sections, so the rule number is not expected to change from season to season. All other rule headlines use bold blue text. Any disagreement between the specific language used in the rule and the colloquial language is an error, and the specific rule language is the ultimate authority. If you discover a disparity, please let us know at customerservice@firstinspires.org and we will correct it. Team resources that aren't generally season-specific, e.g., what to expect at an event, communication resources, team organization recommendations, robot transportation procedures, and award descriptions can be found on the First Robotics Competition website. 1.7. Translation and other versions. The Rebuilt Manual is originally and officially written in English and is occasionally translated into other languages for the benefit of First Robotics Competition teams whose native language may not be English. These assets are posted on the Translated Manual section. A text-based English version is provided only for use with assistive devices on the Translated Manual section. This document is locked for editing and has a watermark applied to indicate that it should not be copied. If you have any questions on the document, please contact the First Robotics Competition Team Advocate at frcteamadvocate@firstinspires.org. In the event that a rule description is modified in an alternate version of this manual, the English PDF version as published on the Season Materials webpage is the commanding version. 1.8. Team Updates. Team updates are used to notify the First Robotics Competition community of revisions to the official season documentation, e.g., the manual, drawings, etc., of important season news. Team updates posts are scheduled as follows. Each Tuesday and Friday, starting on the first Tuesday after kickoff and ending on the Tuesday prior to Week 1 events. Each Tuesday, starting Week 1 and ending the week after the final district championship events. Team updates are posted on the Season Materials webpage and are generally posted before 5 p.m. Eastern. Generally, team updates follow with the following convention. Additions are highlighted in yellow. This is an example. Deletions are indicated with a strike through. This is an example. 1.9. Question and Answer System. The Question and Answer System, Q&A, is a resource for clarifying the 2026 Rebuilt Game Manual, awards web pages, official field drawings, and/or district and regional events pages, webpage content. Teams can search for previously asked questions and responses or pose new questions. Questions can include examples for clarity or reference multiple rules to understand the relationships and differences between them. The Q&A opens on January 14, 2026 at noon Eastern. Details on the Q&A can be found on the Season Materials webpage. The Q&A may result in revisions to the text in the official manuals, which are communicated using the process described in team updates. The responses in the Q&A do not supersede the text in the manual, although every effort will be made to eliminate inconsistencies between the two. While responses provided in the Q&A may be used to aid discussion at each event, per Section 9, Inspection and Eligibility, and Section 6.7, Head Referee and FTA Interaction, referees and inspectors are the ultimate authority on rules. If you have concerns about enforcement trends by volunteer authorities, please notify first at customerservice@firstinspires.org. The Q&A is not a resource for firm predictions on how a situation will play out at an event. Questions about the following will not be addressed: rulings on vague situations, challenging decisions made at past events, or design reviews of a robot system for legality. Weak questions are overly broad, vague, and/or include no rule references. Some examples of questions that will not be answered in the Q&A are: is this part/design legal? How should the referee have ruled when this specific gameplay happened? duplicate questions, and nonsense questions. Good questions ask generically about features of parts or designs, gameplay scenarios, or rules, and often reference one or more relevant rules within the set question. Some examples of questions that will likely be answered in the Q&A are: a device we are considering using on the robot comes with purple AWG40 wire. Does this comply with R and R something? We're not sure how to interpret how rule G something applies if blue robot A does X and red robot B does Y. Can you please clarify? If a robot does this specific action, is it doing what this defined term is describing? Questions from FRC 99999 represent content asked by key volunteers, e.g. referees, inspectors, etc., answered by FIRST and are considered relevant to teams.